Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Listener Else podcast. I'm half of your hosts, Ryan,
And I'm Olivia.
and we actually had a bit of a mishap last week. And by a mishap, I mean we didn't like our episode. And if you look back on previous episodes, you'd realize, wow, we must have really fucked up to make an episode that even we weren't proud of. So we're just gonna keep that as a little treasure to
Just
drop.
for us.
Yeah, that one's you got to do one for them, one for you, And this one was for us, and
Yeah.
so
We'll keep the garbage from you guys. No worries.
yeah. But
So
anyway, we're
yeah.
back. We have no topics. We're ready to
I
go.
have I have some topics.
Yep, I understand that you've undergone some life-changing experiences.
Yes. First one is I listened to the last episode of the podcast. Um and this Nikki, the stealth shampoo, not a fan.
Oh yes,
Um
canonically the last episode. This is
yes, sorry.
episode 5, canonically.
Yeah, canonically episode 5. Not a fan of him. Seems like the kind of person who would like talk about you behind your back, like on a podcast or something. I don't know. It
I
just felt
yeah,
like he would say bad things about me while I'm not there.
I thought you wouldn't like him because he's a professional podcaster who
Okay.
shows up on time, has topics, has, good audio habits.
Like, speaking of being a professional, here I am. Uh, my niece is spending the night, and I felt really bad because I had to cancel the last time we were supposed to record. So I just snuck away. My niece is like in the living room watching a movie or something. I don't know. But I snuck away so that I could record this podcast with you. Isn't that super professional? Look at me. I'm shirking my life responsibility, my personal life, to be here because I said I would. It's pretty darn professional.
So people just surprise you, they swoop in and create a bad environment for podcasting.
Yeah, that's just how family is. They'll just like, hey, I'm here now, and they go, oh, that's cool. I would have liked prior warning, but what ifs? And then
Just
we have a fun family time.
Just so everyone at home is square with the score here. I'm unemployed. This is my only responsibility, I guess, except for the long-term responsibilities of eventually finding an actual job. So I'm good to go literally 24 hours a day. And it's been like a week and a half since our last recording session. So,
Okay, but I have things I have to do.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm very busy. I'm very well liked, and people want like schedule me in, and sometimes just drop by just to have like spend some time with me. So it's very hard to like put stuff in. Ryan, did I tell you that I went swimming today, and I'm very sunburnt. I'm sitting here sunburnt. I don't know if you could hear it. I'm just rubbing aloe vera into my skin. But I'm
Okay.
here for you for this podcast to stand up to racism. Just rubbing aloe vera into my skin. It's a very weird. I don't know if you'll hear it or not, but it's a weird thing that I don't think I've ever done. Is talk to someone as I rub stuff into my skin.
I think it's actually a good metaphor for like you and me is the relationship between you and the sun is that the more time you spend with the sun, the more it hurts you and the
Hmm.
more I pour myself into this podcast, the more you hurt me and
Okay.
I don't have aloe though.
Me doing the podcast is the aloe.
I
Me being here.
I don't know.
Look, Ryan, I'm here and I'm bringing the topics for you. I just don't worry about it.
You cut out, and I'm gonna leave that in just because it was so good.
No. Whatever, fine.
So that was your
Um,
topic. Your topic was that you're just so busy to do this podcast, and you're sunburnt from swimming all day.
wasn't all day. I swam for a good 5 hours though. But my niece is here, which is why I was in the pool for 5 hours with
Okay.
a 7-year-old. Um, it's crazy.
And you
Uh,
left her unattended, watching a film.
watching Boss Baby.
Uh,
She's like, she's like sucked into the film.
okay, because if I'm not mistaken, that's a movie about how like children get into a lot of trouble when left to their own devices.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Okay, just making sure.
Just yeah. I don't know. I'm not there watching it. It's fine. She's fine. Did I say that? My mom is also there with her.
Ah, okay.
Just like just to keep everything clear, she is there because I don't. She's 7. I don't trust her. I don't trust her like standing still. If I tell her, "Hey, stand still for me," I'm gonna go and I'll be right back. I don't trust that she will be standing in the same place that I left her.
Of course, she's a child.
Yes.
She can't be
It
trusted.
no, she can't, and it's really funny because this is like her first time being away from her parents, like her first sleepover, and
And you left her.
well, she's with my mom. It's fine, but like how like how in sleepovers you're like it's like a whole new you. You've never done this before. There's like all kinds of things happening. Like we made a cake, and she was very excited for that. And then she was telling me, she was like, my mom never lets me make a cake with her. I was like, oh man, that that sucks. Making cakes are fun. Eating cake is fun. And she
Haha.
goes, and she goes, yeah, we never make cake because my dad says he'll get fat. I was like, oh, okay. You just gonna blast your family then? She was, yeah, my dad needs to hold his horses. And she kept going on and on about like her family and like her mom is like so mean to her. I guess apparently she didn't let her play iPad for like an extra like 5 minutes. But it's really funny to see her go from like, oh, I miss my family to, yeah, I don't even like them. It's fun to see that in children. They just immediately turn.
Sometimes you gotta spend time away from people to realize how much they hurt you.
Okay, Ryan.
Yep.
I Ryan, what can I do to mend this relationship?
I mean, you could have started by being here on time, but couldn't
I
do that.
I was here 3 minutes late. Speaking of being a professional, I was making sure all
No.
my audio was
No.
working. I was making sure that like my fan was off so no one could hear anything. I was over here closing my window. I took a little bit longer, 3 minutes, a little bit longer, so that when I'm here, Ryan, I am here. You don't have to wait for me. You don't need nothing. I am here and ready to go.
Late.
Okay.
Why not just
Okay.
say? Why not just say 10? You gave me the time. It was 10 o'clock,
Yeah.
and then you were
Okay.
late to your own time.
uh, I was making a tent, and I was like, "Oh, it's 9:30. I got time." And then I looked at the time again, and it was like 9:50. I was like, "I gotta go. I gotta make sure all my stuff is ready."
Wait, were you guys watching the movie in the tent?
Yeah,
Oh, that's fun.
I told you when my sleepovers are fun. It's just We got snack food. We made a cake. We went swimming. And we're watching a movie in a tent that we made. I'm like kind of really fun.
Did you made popcorn?
Speaking of being a professional, no,
Oh, well,
didn't make popcorn.
because that would
She
be
has Pringles.
okay. Pringles, okay. I like Pringles. I think.
What kind? You think?
I mean, I think that Pringles have they get a bad rap. I don't know why.
Do you like just
Uh,
like the regular one, or is you like a flavored one?
dude, I like the pizza ones. I like the barbecue ones.
Oh dang! So you're
See,
just like all in for
the
Pringles.
consistency of Pringles is unmatched because of the can, and I think it's underrated.
I do think for some reason they do get a bad rap. I love Pringles. Um, but my dad, he's like he gets really obsessed with things, and then he'll just only eat that. Like he used to be obsessed with like sherbet ice cream, and so like every like 3 days we were buying sherbet ice cream for him because he just kept eating it. And he went through a phase of sour cream and onion Pringles. Like that was just what he wanted. He didn't really want to eat like dinner or like lunch. He wanted just those chips. And so after a while I got really tired of them. Or just like the smell, the look of them, I would get like, ugh, I don't even want to eat. And so I saw that she wanted Pringles. I was like, oh, I haven't had Pringles since I was like 10. And then I got one and I took one bite and it like brought me back. And
It's
I
like
remembered that I hated them.
it's like that scene in Ratatouille with the food critic.
It brought me back to my childhood of like serving my dad more and more Pringles.
Yeah. Oh.
Um, so I think I was telling you, Ryan, this is like in a real life conversation, not in the podcast. But I was telling you that I have a hard time finishing movies.
This was in the last episode,
Oh,
so
okay.
don't fucking bring that up again. I'll be
No,
quite honest. It was the hardest fucking thing to listen to in the last episode.
well, I
I
okay. Well,
straight up wanted to delete that part of the conversation because it was making me so frustrated. It was like rage bait.
I'm sorry, but hold on. What if I said that I'm working on fixing that?
You're working on being normal?
Yes, it's very
How?
hard.
See, now
So,
we gotta talk about it because there's too much. You dug too deep into it and you doubled down.
yeah, okay. So I used to have a problem where I would watch like movies or like TV series and I would get to like the second to last episode and I would get interrupted and then I wouldn't go back and finish it. Because I felt like, oh man, I'll have to like rewatch this whole episode. And if I watch the episode, what if I don't understand it? Then I have to rewatch like a couple of episodes. And then I'm just back to rewatching the whole series. And I don't want to do that if I only have like half of an episode to watch. I don't want to do that. Um, like Lord of the Rings. I was on the third movie and there's a part at the very end where like some eagles come, and I saw that part, and I was like, okay, I think I'm good, and I kind of like stopped the film. I had like 15
I
minutes left.
think I'm good. The movie fucking tells you when you're good.
No, it's so I it was my birthday recently, and I my parents bought me like a Disneyland like Lego castle set. It's like 4,000 pieces, and I was like, well, I have so much time. You know what I'll do? I'll
I know
finish
what
all the
I'll
things that
do.
I.
I'll record a podcast with my co-podcaster.
No,
You're really
I'm
not making a
sorry.
good case for yourself.
I'm sorry, Ryan. I have things to do, like build a castle.
Jesus
So I
Christ.
decided to watch all the movies that I like either stopped or like I didn't continue, and I watched quite a lot. Like I got 30 minutes into The Matrix and I stopped when I was younger. But now I finished all three Matrixes. Uh, I did that with Blade. I finished like an hour of Blade and then I never finished it again. But now I finished all three Blade movies. I did finish Lord of the Rings, Ryan. Watched all of it. I watched all the Hobbits. And now I think I'm on to the Fast and the Furious series because I bought that on Prime Day. It was like a eight movie, box set, and they're my favorite movies. So I'm on to watching that again. Are you proud of me?
I don't really understand how. So there's something more frustrating than you just walking out of the last 10 minutes of the movie, and that's pouring hours and hours into rewatching movies when I'm trying to make a podcast with you.
Well, that was when you were busy. You were busy at that point.
When
Take
was
that.
I okay? So you watched you watched all those movies when I was busy Friday night and Sunday.
Yeah, it was like that weekend.
But Saturday I said I was good.
Saturday I had something to do.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay.
I did. I didn't really work much on it on Saturday.
And then Sunday, 4th of July, you had time to watch movies.
I really finished it like I did it from Thursday, Friday, and then I watched some of it on Saturday, like Saturday night, like kind of late, and then Monday is really like and that's when I stopped. But I watched a lot of movies in a short amount of time.
Okay.
So take that, Ryan.
I guess
Take
I
that.
have to. I just have to take it.
You were busy. We couldn't do anything. And I don't know how to do this stuff. I can't do a podcast by myself.
Just tell me when it is. Tell me when you could do it. Then I'll fucking I'll do it. I'm here like 90% of the time. And you're
Oh,
using my 2 days of seeing my family and seeing my friend who moved away to scrap a whole weekend, not including like the previous week.
uh, you said you were busy, and I said, I know what I'll do. I'll sink hours and hours into something useless,
Great.
and then here we are. Uh, Thursday.
We didn't run a poll
We didn't.
this week. We didn't run a
No.
poll. You wanted to do 2 episodes. You wanted to record 2 episodes today.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You really
Um.
think that's wise? I'm so grumpy. We gotta take this grumpy energy and turn it into something entertaining.
Ryan, you're being so stinky. Don't be so stinky, Ryan.
Let's do an improv exercise.
Oh, no. Okay.
We're gonna make a story, a sentence. We alternate words.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to start or should I start?
You start.
Okay. The
Bell.
was
Large.
what?
I don't know. I don't
Oh,
like it.
you
I don't
said
like it.
large?
Yeah, I don't like it.
I
I
thought you
don't like
said
it.
barge. Okay, the bell was large and
Shiny. I was
and
no. You had to do
no,
something.
you didn't do anything. You just I was like I'm expecting you to add another subject or verb, but you just keep
I
adding adjectives.
I was never good at atlas. I was never good at these things. I don't like it.
Okay, instead of and, the bell was large and shiny, but
Uh, but hold on. You said but
But
the
problem
was
that
people
were
kind of
upset
at
how
the
Belle
was
too
crazy.
so
The
townsfolk
decided
to
open
a
community
center
right
next
to
the
Bell.
where
They
could
glare
at
it
angrily
all.
day,
Is that it? Is that the end of the
I
sentence?
guess. So that's our story. It was about a big and shiny bell, and no, but there was a problem, and people didn't like it because it was too crazy.
It was too crazy.
Okay.
I whenever we would do those like those Mad Libs at school, um, I was never the person to like say them. I was always the person to write them because no one really wanted me to say anything.
What? Oh, you just fill in the words.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, they were like, okay, someone give Olivia like a noun, and they would give me a noun, and then I would write the noun, and that's it.
No,
I
we could.
think they really, yeah, I think they really only chose me because I won a spelling bee, so I didn't really need to ask for help in writing.
Hold on,
It's cream of the crop.
I'm looking up Mad Libs right now
No.
to see if I can. Ah, no, they are there Mad Libs online?
Why? Why?
Okay. Uh,
Did you find some?
we'll do personal ad. What's personal ad up to? Okay, here we
Ooh.
go. This time you give me the adjective.
Oh, I give you the adjective.
Yeah.
Shiny.
Second time shiny's come up. A verb ending in ed.
Uh, uh an ed. Talked.
A plural noun.
Uh,
I'll do this
snake.
one. Snakes?
Snakes.
Snakes. A liquid. I'll take this one. Piss. Okay, now
Oh.
another plural noun.
Plural candles.
A famous person.
Tom Hiddleston.
A place. I'll go with Tom Hiddleston's house. Occupation.
Doctor.
I was gonna put being Loki, but doctor works. A noun.
A noun.
Yeah.
Supermarket. Supermarket.
A nationality.
Oh. Asgardian.
Sagandis.
Oh.
female celebrity. Loki.
Yeah, you could do Loki.
Another noun.
Another noun?
Yep.
Tree. Tree.
Okay, it's gonna be really exciting. Female friend. I don't know what that.
Female
Someone
friend.
we know.
Um, who do we know? The female.
Well, it could. Let's do another celebrity, I guess.
Okay. Let's do Michelle Obama.
Michelle. And then another noun that is plural.
Picture.
Now a number.
17.
And an adjective.
Uh, mm, silly.
I like it. I enjoy long, shiny walks on the beach, getting talked in the rain, and serendipitous encounters with snakes. I like pina coladas mixed with piss and romantic candlelit candles.
Absolutely can't. I mean, it's not wrong.
I am well read from Dr. Seuss to Tom Hiddleston. I travel frequently, especially to Tom Hiddleston's house, when I am not busy with work. I am a doctor. I am looking for supermarket and beauty in the form of a Sugandese goddess. She should have the physique of Loki and the tree of Michelle Obama. I would prefer if she knew how to cook, clean, and wash my pictures. I know I'm not very attractive in my picture, but it was taken 17 days ago, and I have since become more silly.
I like it.
Oh,
That
that's
was
pretty
fun.
good.
That was pretty
This
good.
is hit and miss, but I think we really peaked with candlelit candles.
Candlelit candles are pretty good. Man, yeah, no. That was great. I love it.
Okay. Do we want to do a different one, or do we want to talk about something else?
Well, I I have something that I want to tell you. Someone said something to me and I didn't know how to take it.
Okay.
Um Someone told me that I have big, pure, innocent anime eyes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's I
And
don't know
then they
about
went,
that, Chief.
I mean, not only did they say that, like that was said to me, but they also said
Unironically.
unironically, because then they put, haha, I just had to tell you. I, I mean, I feel like no, you didn't have to tell me that. That should have been like I like what was he thinking? I
He
don't think I've ever I don't think I've ever been, I guess, complimented. That's not even a compliment. Saying that I have innocent eyes is not a compliment. It's either you're stating something. It's not a compliment,
or
right?
large.
Like I feel like those aren't compliments. Like those are like you're just saying something.
Well, I
Like
think because this person probably really likes anime, they thought that it was something that everyone liked, or at least you did,
Mhm.
and thusly any connection to anime is a compliment, maybe.
maybe. And also like for most of my life, I've been thought that I was like half white, half Asian. So I've gotten some pretty weird compliments throughout my life. Um So it was weird getting like an anime eyes one. It was weird all over. It was an entirely weird conversation, and I didn't know how to reply. So I waited a whole day, and then I said, um, "Did you really have to say that?" And he responded immediately,
Nice.
saying, "Yeah, it saved me the trouble of having to wait." He responded immediately and said, "Oh, sorry, I'm just like new at this," and which I hit back with a like talking to a person or what are you new at?
Think a little
And
bit.
and he was like, I just don't know how to compliment people. And then I said, just be chill. Goodbye. And that
Oh,
was
oh well,
that
that
was the
was
end of our conversation.
nice of you to not ghost him like a spooky anime ghost.
Anime ghost. Yeah, my giant eyes popping out. My
Ooh.
pure innocent eyes.
Not so innocent now.
No, I saw that. It was crazy.
I see through you with my anime eyes.
My it just it really took me back. Like I was taken aback. It was crazy like hearing that. I just I,
Yeah, you
I just didn't know
really,
how to continue.
he really doesn't know how to compliment people, huh?
I guess no, and that's why I had to tell him, just be chill about it. How about we don't start off with I love your anime eyes.
And the innocent part really gets me, cause like, what? How is that a compliment, really? Maybe that's, I don't know. I think it's a weird trope that like doesn't really make any sense. It's like, what, you like the naivety, perhaps, that comes with innocence?
It
Where you,
doesn't help.
are you a judge? Do you
Yeah.
like?
It doesn't help that I do look younger than I am. Um, which always like I don't know, it always freaks me out when like people talk to me. I'm like I look like I look young. What are you doing here? Get out of here. It's weird. It's a weird thought process that goes on. Why are you talking to me? I look young. Well,
See, I think that guy was trying to get too specific. Just say, "Oh, you have pretty eyes," or like, "I like them," or something.
he didn't say anything about them being pretty or not. He said that they were big and pure and innocent. Just compliment me if you're gonna do it. Don't state don't state what you think are facts. He made a statement of they're big.
Boy, he sure did.
It was so weird.
What a way to make a
Poor guy.
statement.
I hope he's gotten better. I hope he took my advice.
Well, he's probably not going to tell anyone that they have big innocent anime eyes ever again. So you kind of did the world a favor there. Little favor.
I took one for the team. Anyone that he was interested in from now on will never have to hear that.
Hell yeah.
Everyone should be thankful.
Doing God's work.
It's a family business. It I think dating like apps are very fun to me because you get to see like different types of people and like you'll get the people who are like, you know, hey, how you doing? Like who are you as a person? Then you get, some people who are like, you have pure eyes. And then you just get the people who are like, I'll be your sugar daddy. And I always think like, are you? Are you really? Because I mean, like, I don't want to like boast or anything, but this is my third offer today. So either there's a lot of sugar daddies in the world, or you're lying.
I'll be honest. I think there might be a lot of sugar daddies in the
You
world,
really?
and like the success of OnlyFans is a pure testament to that.
Like, oh, so one time I was on this app, and it was just like a community app, and I was talking to you, Ryan, while I was on it, and I was like promoting our podcast, and one person messaged me, and I was like, "Oh man, I loved your podcast," and I go, oh, you listened to it," and
Oh,
he's like, and he's like, "Yeah, you know, I listened to it. It was really good." I go, "That's crazy because I just posted the link." So it's like a new episode. And this was when it was our only, like, we only had one episode out.
ah,
And I was like, and
episode
it's
one
like 40.
origins. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like only one episode. Oh, sorry. It was like 45 minutes long, something like that. And it had been 5 minutes since it like came out.
Oh, what was
And
your
he's like,
favorite part? The first 5 minutes.
well, because he was like, oh, you know, like, how old are you? And I go, well, I mentioned it in the podcast that you just listened to. And he was like, oh, yeah, but I just want you to tell me. I was like, oh, What are you trying to play
You should
me?
probably
Okay.
just trust the podcast. There's no reason to lie in the podcast.
And like it was really funny because he kept going like, you know, oh, what are your likes and dislikes? And I was like, oh, I really like doing podcasts, and I dislike it when people lie to me about them. And he was like, oh yeah, haha, that's funny. Um. So anyway, then he'll like just like gloss over what I said. Like my entire thing, like every time we talked, I was like, yeah, in that podcast I just made, you know, the podcast that you listen to, the podcast, and he's like, oh yeah, yeah, uh huh, and he would just like gloss over everything I was saying. I go, okay,
Oh,
I gotta go,
maybe
because he
that's
said he
why
wanted.
our viewership declined.
Well, look, he ended the conversation with, well, I'm sorry, I left the conversation when he said that he wanted to marry me because I seemed like a good kind person. I went, well, you clearly haven't listened to our podcast.
Yeah.
So
You would have been on board if he had listened to the podcast, but
if he had said you have big pure eyes, I would have been down.
you've got you've got what I like to call Marion eyes. Good eyes for marrying.
For Mary.
Have you that's the new meme is that wow girl or boy, you're looking submissive and breedable today.
Oh God.
That's my favorite because it can't get like any worse.
Oh God. And now it's you think you have Marion eyes?
I think submissive and breedable is worse than marrying eyes.
Oh, for sure. Oh,
Because
definitely.
like something even like big anime eyes or marrying eyes, you could kind of like from that you could assume like, oh, this guy just doesn't know how to talk to people. But with submissive and breedable, they knew exactly what they were saying,
Yeah.
and they're pretty targeted about it.
Yeah, that's what I would say is disgusting. I hate it. Um oh, Ryan, I completely forgot. I made a new discovery today. Um I've been listening to some XM radio, and they have Kids Bop, and I heard the song Thunder on Kids Bop. Do you know
Okay.
that song?
Thunder, be the thunder,
Yeah.
lightning and the thunder. Yeah.
Um this may be, I don't know if I'm saying something like out of line or anything, but I don't really care for Imagine Dragons. Um so when I heard the song Thunder, a cover of it by Kids Bop, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be bad. But as I listened, I felt myself singing along.
Oh
I said
no.
I was having the time of my life, right? Listening to Thunder by Kids Bop. And I was like,
But
there's no way this song is like good. Right? There's no way. Maybe I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking the Thunder song is actually like I remembering it wrong. And maybe the Thunder song is really bad and just like Kids Bop just maybe I do like the Thunder song. So I got home and I listened to Thunder by Imagine Dragons, like their music video. It's like in black and white. I don't like the music video. And I was right. I don't like Imagine Dragons and I don't like
yucky.
Thunder. Yucky. It
But
was
Kids Bop.
gross.
But Kids
But
Bop
like
is a bop.
Ryan, they do some bangers. So
They're all
Kids Bop, like
covers by children.
yeah, but after this, I'm gonna need you to listen to Kid Thunder by Kids Bop.
No.
After what's your Ryan?
I've listened to Thunder by Imagine Dragons about 400,000 times, none of which have I actively searched for it. So there's no way I'm going to actively search for Thunder by Kids by the cover by Kids Bop.
Okay, so I after I heard, I made my own comparisons. I was like, okay, Thunder by Kids Bop kind of slaps. That's what I came to. I called my friend who is a big Imagine Dragons hater. They hate them. And I called him and I was like, "Hey, you need to listen to Thunder by Kids Bop." And he also hates Kids Bop. He hates that I listen to it. He hates everything about it. And he
Good
goes,
man.
"No." Like like he immediately hits you with a no, we'll never do that. And then I proceed to tell him that it is better, I would say 1,000 times better than the Thunder by Imagine Dragon song. And he goes, slightly interested, there's no way. And I was like, no, there is a way. I was like, dude, you need to listen to the Kids Bop. And he goes, no, I'm not going to do that. And I was like, how about this? What if I just like send you the Imagine Dragons on YouTube? Then he got really concerned that it would be in his like YouTube like like his profile. Like once he watches one Imagine Dragons video, it'll
Yeah.
like taint his YouTube,
Open and incognito.
which is what he did. And he watched. Well, I was on the phone with him while we watched the Imagine Dragons video with him, and he was watching it. You know, he's taking criticisms, and then he went to Kids Bop. And Ryan, the entire time he was like mad because he was listening to Thunder. You know, he was mad, he was grumpy, he was like making mean comments. And then Thunder by Kids Bop came on, and the first thing he said was, "Oh wow, oh there's more color." And then he started like complimenting. He's like, "Oh, it's faster too." Oh, okay. And then he
Oh
was like,
shit.
I could see him like his whole like demeanor change, and he's going, "Okay, no, oh, okay." And then at the end of the video, Ryan, or by the end of the video, he was 100% behind Kids Bop being the better song.
Oh yeah,
It's
second
literally the
number.
same
I was
fucking
lightning before the
song.
thunder.
So I think no, Kids Bop is not great. It's not good at all. I listen to it because it's I don't know. It's a fun thing to say. I went to a concert because it's a fun thing to say.
Yeah, you're pretty invested in Kids Bop.
I am. I have stock in it.
Y-
So so throughout all of this, Ryan, I'm just telling you, I've gotten 4 people behind me that say Kids Bop is the better, like it's the better song. I'm just saying it's life changing to like actually like the Thunder song, kind of.
Sound off in the comments if you've listened to Thunder, the Kids Bop version, and think it's better than Imagine Dragons.
Bet you Imagine Dragons think the Kids Bop song's better. It's just it's so good, Ryan. Well, good. I wouldn't say good. It's better
You know
than
what Kids Bop should
Android games.
do? They should make
Mm.
all of their music royalty free, so then we could use it in our podcast, and content creators the world around could use it.
I would love it if we could use Kids Bop music.
Let's get our own kids and make them copy Kids Bop, and then we'll release that music royalty free to the world.
I got a whole bunch of kids that I know.
Can they sing?
No,
Well, then they're useless to us.
but like, I mean, they're little. We could still train them.
Why do we
Also,
always
just
talk about kids on this podcast? It's always about kids, I feel like.
well, okay. A lot of my life is kid based. I work with kids. I'm around kids. They're just all near me, so they're most of my experiences.
0% of my life is children.
Zero. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. No, they're my literal day job. So that's all I have to work with, right? I don't
Yeah,
have any funny work stories.
I need a kid.
Wait, you need a kid? No, kids are weird. I,
You're
I was in
right.
the pool with
I need a dog.
Ryan. You need a dog for sure. Ryan, I was in the pool with 5 kids, and they circled me, like they were all singing a song while I
Yeah,
was in the middle. It's
that's what
like
kids
part of the
do.
game,
We did that to my uncle when I was a kid.
and it felt weird. I was like, stop chanting the same song, and they were like all slightly offbeat, so like it felt even weirder, and they were all staring at me. I felt like I was being sacrificed or something.
October. I'm sorry.
It's kids are insane. I don't I don't ever want to wish that upon you, right?
A
Go get a
child.
dog.
I'll get a dog.
A dog.
I'll get a
So much
dog
better.
who loves kids.
Oh no.
Dude, I'm gonna have a dog this weekend. I get to watch my parents' dog.
I get to watch the famous Nelly.
I get the privilege of taking care of Nellie Sunday through Wednesday, which isn't really the weekend, but
That's yeah, that's actually not the weekend. It's
Sunday
most of
is.
it is the weekday. Sunday.
Dude, we're gonna go to the dog park. I'm gonna try to use her to pick up chicks.
Don't yeah. Go to like a good one.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna go to the good one. Not the one right next to where I live. I'm going to
No, that
all the way to the good one. I'm getting on the freeway and driving to the good one.
yeah, the one near your house is like kind of lackluster.
I'm gonna drive into SF and specifically go to a dog park there. No, I'll just go to the same one over and over again. But
I mean, the one that you're going to go to is a good one. I do enjoy that one. I wish Nellie liked my dog because she would love to go to the dog park.
I think she likes your dog.
You think so?
Yeah, she likes little dogs. She's not intimidated by them as much.
Oh, well, no,
Yeah,
it's fine.
that's what I thought.
How did you know I would immediately step back?
I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna go to the dog park and be like, "Oh yeah, oh is that your dog? Oh, so cute." And then an older man's gonna come by and be like, "Oh, your dog looks nervous, huh?" I'll be like, "Shut the fuck up! I ain't trying to fuck you."
Your dog looks nervous. Poor Nellie.
Dude, she always looks nervous. She's so
She
cute.
like it's something about I think her eyes that really give off the
Yeah,
nervous
she
vibes.
has big innocent anime eyes.
You can tell when she's nervous. Poor Nelly. so nervous.
So innocent, so naive, so submissive and breedable.
No.
See, okay, that would actually be good if you were a dog breeder.
I
That's like
hope.
the only context where those adjectives are okay, I think.
Yeah, I guess. But I what a weird term. I don't like it. I don't like anything about it. It
Oh
makes
no.
me like it
Yeah.
makes me feel icky on the inside.
The breedable is what really gets me
Yeah.
because it also implies that you've made like a physical assessment.
Ugh, gross. Ew. Yucky.
See, the more you think about it, the worse it is.
It's really bad. It's really
Yeah,
bad.
I'm gonna be at the dog park looking for some submissive and breedable females.
Oh God. No, Ryan.
I'll bring my fedora so I don't get the sun in my eyes,
So they know.
and my
Uh,
Ahigao sweatshirt so that it subliminally plants messages in their heads.
Ryan, I hate it so much. Um, did I tell you, Ryan, that I've asked our friend to be on the podcast with us?
No.
Well, I just did right now. Um, our she would complete our was it our triangle
The axis of
or act?
evil?
Yes, she completes it.
So now we gotta coordinate with a third person who never shows up to shit?
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Who knows if she's gonna listen? She didn't know we had a podcast.
Well, now
You
that she
remember that?
does, yeah, now that she does, she's racist if she doesn't listen, so.
Yeah, she was racist for a long
Tune in
time.
next week, maybe, whenever we get it done, when our friend says the N word. No, if you tune in, she won't say it.
Yeah, if you tune in, she won't.
Okay.
If you don't tune in, she definitely does.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we have any other topics? Seeking sponsors. So I was thinking I should like try to I should try to get other podcasts. We should sponsor no. Other podcasts should sponsor us
Mm-hmm.
because why the fuck not? It'd be really dumb.
I mean, yeah, I get 100% agree. But like, who did you have in mind?
Pretty much any podcast I think would do.
Oh, we're not picky.
I think as long as we say, "Hey, we're listener else," we'll we'll shout you out for free or something. I don't know. You'll be our first sponsor. We'll love you. I don't even
Yeah.
think we need like a monetary thing. I think it would just be good enough to be to be acknowledged.
Yeah, just us existing means you should sponsor us.
Be pretty sick.
I mean, I think it's a good deal. We're standing against racism. And if you don't listen, you're racist.
Yeah, I should be calling out more people on Twitter.
You
I should be
should
like,
be called.
I should, whenever Matt Gates tweets like, "This is what happens when the media is allowed to censor," blah blah blah, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, well Matt, not only are you a pedophile, but you haven't listened to our podcast, so that makes you racist. We we gave you the terms."
Gave you the terms. Yeah, you need to be calling out more people.
Just like LeBron James says, like, today the first group of kids that I sponsored back in 2004 have are starting their first year of college, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, well, racist. Guess what? You didn't listen to our podcast, you jackass."
They need to like show proof, like because if they do, like, oh, I listen, you have to like show proof, like do a quick screenshot that you did indeed listen.
Chris
Otherwise,
Hemsworth does a selfie. He's like sitting by his computer, and he's got the Sonic and Shadow Dog Wolf Photoshop on his screen. He's got a thumbs up.
if you listen to that episode, I would love it. I would love it.
Really
I mean,
knocked it out of the park with this editing, Ryan.
those images on that episode, just like thinking about them makes me laugh. Right? I love it.
See,
It's
that's the
so
problem
good.
with the lost episode is that there's pretty much one banger image that you specifically requested during the episode that is never going to see the light of day. But you know, you live and you learn. Hanging on the edge of tomorrow.
Oh god. I think you do like a bang up job of the images because I do watch these. I do like a quick listen to. I can see like, oh, what do I need to improve? It's like how like sports players will like
Exactly.
rewatch their games, which is why we're like killing it right now.
Yeah. See, even MJ had a bad game, and that was our previous episode 5.
It was so bad.
That was our matinee game.
I mean, yeah, we were doing it super. Like usually we record these at night. You know, when we come alive, when
Yeah,
we're ready.
sundown podcast up. I've got
Yeah,
that engraved on a wood plank on my room in my wall.
I'm sure it's my
I
podcasting
got
shirt.
it tattooed on on my arm.
But the last episode we did it like stupidly on a like 10 a.m. in the morning. It was really bad. We were just
It was low energy.
it was low energy.
That's why I wanted to come in today with angry energy.
You know, if we had done the podcast on was on that Thursday or Friday when I was angry, I think it could have been
Would have been good.
it could have been a banger. Yeah, but now I've had a week to forget about it.
I'm
I
excited. I'm excited that you've locked in our next guest because she's a firecracker, that one.
with me, her, and you are not good together.
Submissive? No. Breedable?
No,
We'll let the audience decide.
I hate it. We
Wait,
us three can do some terrible things, like saying the N word if you
we
don't
could.
listen,
Yeah, we will.
and we will. Yeah,
Unless you listen.
unless you listen. Okay, she said, okay, when? She's down.
When.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
you
just.
two need to figure that out. Dude, if she says when I'm at my parents' house watching I'll bring my whole fucking computer.
Ooh.
Damn it, then I gotta bring both monitors. No, I don't have to bring both monitors. No, I'll figure
You
it out.
you go to your parents'
I'll
house.
figure it
I'll go to Nikki's house so I sound really good.
out.
And then
Or
she'll call in from wherever she's from.
she's just like on her phone while she's driving.
Yeah, her audio's terrible, but we sound really good.
Just goes. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just or I could just leave my shit here and then come back here and let the dog sit in the backyard for an hour and a half.
Ooh. Um, I've been talking to Nikki South Shampoo, who was the guest co-host of last episode.
Yeah, not
Canonically
last
last
week's
episode.
episode. it's been yeah, it's been over a week.
And and I've been like asking him for like, well, first I text him and I was like, you know, I thought we were friends. I thought everything was cool. And do you know what he said, Ryan? He said that it was all you. And then I listened to the episode and I was like, oh yeah, it was all
Yeah,
right.
no, he was backing me up, but I was, you know,
It was.
I was putting the
You're
ammunition in and
yeah.
pointing the
All
gun
the
and aiming it and shooting it and then handing him the gun.
he was complicit and he did help. That
we
was it.
were justified though.
Okay. Well, okay. Okay. So anyways, I was talking to him about like my mic situation, and then it turns out his idea was just for me to go to his house. And I felt that was more work. So until I figure something out,
More work than what?
than just sitting down and logging in.
I mean, yeah, in the long term, yeah.
It was more work. And then oh, so I don't know if I told you, Ryan, but my car's bad, right?
Yeah, yeah.
In my job mainly has to do with driving. So it's been a hard week
Mm-hmm.
of driving with without a car. And I finally got it back today, and they said, it's not a big deal. It's super easy. You know, we'll have it done within like 2 days. And I
Hell
was like, oh my
yeah.
God, this sounds super great. And he goes, yeah, it's so easy.
Too good to
It's
be
like,
true, even.
he's like, it's practically done. I go, sweet, okay. How much is this going to cost? And straight up, just like blunt tone, $3,000. And that's
If it's so easy, maybe you could do it yourself.
I bought the car for $5,000. So
That's a good deal, first of
it's a
all.
very good deal. Oh yeah, it was great. It's a great deal. Um, $3,000. I I was so like disgusted when he said that amount of money to me, because I have money in my savings just for times like these of like dire circumstances, and never did I think it would be that much. Like
It's
I was running the figures in my head
it's
of what
it's
it
a
could
lot.
be. It's a lot, an obscene amount of money.
No, straight up, what my dad does is he'll take it to the mechanic, and then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, this is what's wrong with it. It'll be this much," and then he'll go, "Nah," and then bring it home and Google what they said, and
Uh-huh.
then and then do it himself.
So I was like, okay, hold on. I was like, well, first off, I was like, I'm not gonna pay for that. That's ridiculous. That's too much. And
Straight up
he was
can't
like,
afford
okay,
it.
straight up, no. And so he was like, okay, so what do you want to do? And I was like, I want you to give me my car back. Like, I want to go home. And so, but I was like, okay, well, hold on, let me just write down what you were saying so I know what's wrong. And he goes, oh, well, I mean, if we fix it, you don't have to deal with that. And I went, no, I'm not gonna let you touch my car.
Yeah, but I
So
gotta pay you $3,000 for you to fix it. And that's where the main issue is. So
that's
that's
like
not really my concern. Is writing it down versus paying $3,000.
my one and only issue is its price. So no, I'm not gonna let you do it. So I wrote down what he said, and then I went home, and it has to do with my steering wheel. So without it, it's really hard to drive. So I kind of like need it, but I don't want to pay that much money. So and then I was talking to my dad, and I was like, "Hey, Dad, um, my dad built his own car, so like I felt like he
Yeah,
was kind
what
of
the fuck?
knowledgeable.
Okay, you should know all this then.
Well, it's like, but my dad works with like a certain type of car, and this I bought it from. I bought it from a different like I he works with like Chevys,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah, so I don't have one, and so he was really upset when I didn't buy a Chevy. But so I took it to him and I go, Dad, this is what he said was the problem, and he goes, Oh, just that? And I went, Yes, just that. How much do you think that would cost? And he goes, I don't know, but our old truck used to have like that problem. I took it to a mechanic down the street that's still in business. He goes, Yeah, it was like $500. I was like, $500?
yeah.
That's agreeable.
In 1930s money.
No, he like took it like in 2005, so not that long ago.
Oh, that was before the market crash.
I'll take it. I don't know. Oh no, don't Ryan. No, I was so happy. And they were closed yesterday, so I couldn't take it in.
Oh
But
well.
I was like, 500's not bad. I'll pay up to 1,000. Any more, I'll throw the car away. Um,
Yeah.
so here we are. I'm hoping it'll get fixed, but I'm also like looking at other cars. I feel like I'm cheating, like a weird emotional cheating. But I don't know.
Well, no, it's hopefully we can end the episode. See ya.